Hello. This is my automatic cannon factory for create big cannons for my Minecraft survival server. It is a uh, nearly completely automated cannon factory. So you would load all your materials in here: bronze breach blocks, shafts, cast sand, bronze, and then steam engine. Well, I'm sorry, steam engine fuel. So like coal, wood, logs, probably mostly logs. So this factory completely builds a bronze cannon with the press of this button. I still need to move that button. Then it completely builds a bronze cannon. Now there is a visual bug where it doesn't show the bronze being in the cast, which is disappointing. Took me approximately like 3 days to build this. It's quite fun building it. So after it's done drilling that out, then it places the molds and then places the sand, and then it picks the molds back up so it can do it again. And unfortunately, it does waste 7 casting sand. I wasn't able to find anywhere to put any hoppers or anything like that, which was a shame, but in the grand scheme of things, you would have stacks of this stuff, because if you're mass manufacturing them on this scale, you probably have tons of it. Now, since we're not going to wait for it to completely cool, because that would take way too long, take like 10 minutes or 5 minutes or somewhere around that much time. Now, you can't see it, but it is actually full. If we look at the comparator down here, it does say that it's full. It's outputting a 14. It is indeed full. And then it shuts the valve so it doesn't spill any molten bronze. There's a big molten bronze tank over there with yeah, the smelting array. So, molten bronze would come in here, be all melted down in liquid, stored in this big tank. And then to power the whole thing, we got this huge steam engine, powered entirely off of coal, because who would use blaze cakes when you're as poor as me? So, well, too lazy to make a factory to do that. Like, I mean, just use a crap ton of logs. It's so much easier. So much cheaper, too. Don't need to make trips to the nether or anything. It's completely automated. Just sit back, chill, watch all your chests fill with logs. And then we're not going to wait for it to cool, so then this arm comes in. It automatically removes the mold, does this, then it rotates it. And it will automatically bore it out with the drill bit on the lathe. Now, in the last mod pack me and my friends were playing in the server that we were shooting each other with these cannons, it did not drop bronze scrap, so I didn't put any hoppers here because I didn't think it would drop any. And then after that, it then automatically puts the breach block in, the breach, and it rotates it. There is a thing you can change. So if it's rotating it like this, you can still use the cannon like this, but for the railway gun that I'm using, that automatically loads them onto, it can't use it like that. So you would have to rotate it. So yeah, and then it pushes them onto this big storage device, which I like to call the cannon rack. It's just a bunch of cannons lined up in a row. So after it builds, your cannons or whatever, then you have this railway piece over here. Quickly make sure to demonstrate because it doesn't spawn with that. So, you have your railway gun with all of its beautiful might and assisted loading and everything like that, and its thing where you could park it so you could actually use the bloody thing. So once you got your railway gun and the cannon built, then you would just drive this train up, park it into the little area off on the side, and then you would disassemble it. Actually, wait. No, you wouldn't disassemble it. So you press the button, grabs the cannon, And then it throws it onto your train. Like that. Now, depending if the breach is facing the right orientation, you might have to put a mechanical bearing here and a crank and quickly flip it 90 degrees, which isn't that hard to do. Bit annoying that it does that. So once that is in place, then you disassemble the train, take your glue, glue it here, here, and then reassemble the bad boy, and voila, you now have a cannon. Because unfortunately, these cannons cannot be moved around by hand, which also makes things really interesting. This is made for the survival multiplayer world me and my friends play. We tend to go through a lot of cannons, so this is a huge time saver because we don't have to sit there and babysit the bloody thing. Very nice.
Oh wait, Mom!